welcome to SheFan Pro's celebration of International Women's Day. We're all here embracing equity, and I am just so honoured and humbled to be surrounded by such, amazing, incredible women, and I think it's through that, that coming together that, we really thrive and prosper, and actually, have a great opportunity at creating impactful, meaningful change, which is, desperately needed. So, I'm so glad to have you all here. I know Saumya has something in store for us as well later on. And I also know that Modupe, you will have to leave at some time soon. So we want to be mindful of that. So I think, for today, which is, and it's a combined celebration as well, actually, today with a joint enterprise, SheFAB, which I'm president of, and Modupe and Joanne are joint vice president, and Saumya is general secretary. And, it's also SheFAB's 1 year enterprise, which is a joint enterprise between SheFan Pro and FinTech and Blockchain Association. And it's all, incredibly exciting. There's so many things happening in one day, but because we're women and we are great, incredible women, we are well equipped to multitask. And I think that's probably just as well, because there's so much going on today, isn't it? I think everybody's phone and laptops and emails are just going crazy with such, energy. Like everybody's like celebrating, everybody's giving, praise and kudos and everything. And it's just beautiful, isn't it? It's just like, how can we capture that and replicate it day in and day out? Because, it's just magical, isn't it? It's just humbling as well. It's just amazing. So hi there, Urooj, you just joined. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for joining.
Hello, Shelle. Thank you so much. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing better now. Thank you so much. Thank you, and
Good.
it's really great to have you here. So,
Same here. Okay.
thank you.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing?
Hi, Urooj. Nice to meet you.
Same here.
Okay, so I think what the idea is today that we're here to share an inspirational either story or takeaway tip. So, I think if we work around the room and, we can start in some order. I think we'll go to Modupe first, just because I know she has to dash off, if that's okay with everybody. And, just to share either an inspirational quote, a message, a tip, or your own personal story, anything in a hope that we can inspire and encourage our audience to feel motivated and encouraged. So Modupe, over to you.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Modupe, and I have met maybe half the people on this call, and not everyone. So it's a pleasure to meet you, Nina, Vivian, and Urooj, I hope I got that right.
Yeah,
so it's great
right.
to be here. Fantastic. So it's great to be here. And I think what I would like to say today is one of the things I've observed is how over time, as women, we speak and we talk about the barriers to entry into the tech sector, and what the other gender, or the male gender, should be doing to help us feel more comfortable in the space. But what I think we haven't done too much is really consider what we should be doing for ourselves and how we could encourage ourselves to be more and to do more. Fine, it's good and it's great to have the barriers, reduced. But then I have this, there's just something about me, because I feel when somebody consistently reduces barriers for me, it's because they think, I'm not good enough, or I need extra help. And, so they have to make many more compromises for me. But I think the thought I'm trying to get across is we still need to do a lot on our own to be the best that we can be. so that we're actually competing on a level playing field. Let's not always expect the barriers to be reduced for us. Let's see how we can continually increase our competence, increase our skill level, increase our knowledge level. So the opportunities that we get and we take advantage of will not just be because of gender. I often say that, you know, the blockchain does not recognize gender, and the technology sector does not recognize gender as well. We recognize gender, and the fact that you know, the opportunities are not nearly as available as we would like them to be for women. My suggestion is just for us to keep pushing and keep increasing our skills. And then for those of us who are already as women, we have to keep creating opportunities for those who are coming to be able to come in and, you know, find opportunities. You know, one of the things I do in my business everywhere is I hire 80% women just to give more women an opportunity to, you know, take advantage of it. And then I don't take it easy on women at all. So I push and I'm like, you know, you have to give your best. You have to do the best. I know sometimes it's a bit tough, but then I had to push myself as well to get to where I am now. So I just want to see women very competent. So when you're the only person in the room, people are not afraid to let you speak because they think, oh, she's not going to say anything that makes too much sense. But rather, when you speak, it's because you're highly skilled, you're competent, and people will listen to you and take what you say on board. So yeah, let's just keep pushing the skill and our knowledge level, our skill, competence, and knowledge level. That's from me. Happy International Women's Day, everyone.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's brilliant. And you know, a strong message and very, very true as well. And you know, I totally agree with you there. You know, we don't want an easy ride. We want, you know, equal opportunities. You know, we want to be taken seriously because we absolutely should be. You know, and that's a fact. So you know, absolutely, that's brilliant, Modupe. Thank you so much, and thank you for being able to join us as well today, because I know you're incredibly busy. Everybody wants some of Modupe, so I'm glad that we got our healthy dose of you today. So thank you so much. So with that being so, next on the list down is Nina. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, and yeah, and share away.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. So wonderful to meet you all. I don't want to take up too much time, so I'm not gonna go by everyone's name, but obviously I haven't really met many of you, and it's wonderful to be surrounded by an incredible crowd of ambitious, amazing women, and I feel very, very grateful for that. I wanted to share two things. So one of my favorite quotes ever is a quote by Audrey Hepburn. As you grow older, you recognize that you have two hands, one for helping yourself and one for helping others. And I absolutely love it, because one of my biggest missions has always been to see who is coming up and who is kind of maybe a few steps behind me. And I don't like saying this because it always sounds horrible, but who is maybe slightly less experienced or is at a point that I have already been at. So I can grab their hand and pull them up and help them so they don't have to make the same mistakes that I had made, and help them basically get there quicker. So that's one of my biggest passions, and that's why this is one of my favorite quotes, and this is in business as well as in life in general, because I just love helping. There is no better feeling and no more rewarding feeling than being able to help someone. And I believe that we don't need to struggle as much, we don't need to suffer as much, and we don't need to face as many challenges if we all help each other. Like, you know, where I am now, someone has already been, and if they help me, amazing. I can cut some, you know, some time and challenges and so on, and I can do the same for everybody who is where maybe I have already been. And if we all do this, then that's incredible. And together we have got so much power. The other thing I wanted to share is a little bit of my personal story, because there is a point to it. I'm not just just spilling the beans because I want to be center of attention. But when my life fell up, so I'm originally from Poland. I came here when I was 20. I didn't speak a word of English. I didn't know anyone, and I didn't have a plan. I had no money. I just wanted to learn the language because I knew that without speaking English, I won't be able to achieve what I wanted to achieve in life. And I couldn't afford lessons in Poland. So where better to learn than in the UK? Having never been to the UK and not knowing a word of English, right? So the first few months were horrendous, but over the next 18 years, I created a life that was way beyond my wildest dreams. So I had the career, the marriage, the dogs, the house, the holidays, my studies, everything, tick, 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 wonderful. And then on New Year's Eve, 2021, 2022, so just over a year ago, just after midnight, ironically, my whole life fell apart, completely fell apart. So at midnight, I still had my dream life. 90 minutes later, I had nothing. So I thought, okay, this obviously calls for some sort of change and revolution. But people obviously saying to me, you know, it's going to take you 2 or 3 years to get over this and rebuild yourself and so on. And I know where this is coming from, because statistically, from psychological statistics, this is how long it should take me. But I thought to myself, well, statistics are there to be challenged, and there must be a way for me to be able to train my brain and use it in a way that helps me to get over this much quicker and helps me to figure out ways that will reduce the suffering so much and create something else. Within 6 months, I created a completely different life. I lived on the other side of the world. I basically sold, gave away, donated everything that I had, walked away from everything and started with a blank page and created a completely different life that I am now living. And that brings me to the point of statistics. So the reason I wanted to share is I said statistics are there to be challenged, and there's so many statistics about women in business. And of course, they are useful, but rather than feeling like, oh, you know, only one or actually there's 2 out of 5 business people are women, or women don't get funding and so on, it can feel so overwhelming. It feels like we have got so much still to do and so far to go. And although that is true, we're also here to challenge this. Like, we are good enough, we're worthy, we're incredible. And I also feel like we don't, like, I really dislike that, is it male or is it female? It doesn't matter. We both bring incredible stuff. Like, if we work together, we can do anything, and we don't need to be in competition. So to me, it's more about bringing unity, challenging statistics by being the example of possibility. This is my big mission. Like, I want to be example of possibility. If I can do it, a girl who didn't speak the language, who didn't have any connections, didn't have any money, if you put your mind to it, you can do it too. And I'm here to help you too. So we have got so much power, and I want us to work on this together and be the examples and not feel like we have to be in competition with men or with other women. Because yesterday on LinkedIn, there was quite a few posts of like, oh, you know, women don't stick together, guys stick together, we fight, we bicker, or, you know, working with women can be more difficult and so on. But this is, to me, this is creating polarity. Is either or, like, you either get on with women or you don't get on with women, moreover. No, you can get on with women or don't get on with some women. You can get on with some men and don't get on with some men. Like, that is not exclusive to women. That is human. And that applies to all genders and everyone on this planet. So rather than polarizing, we need to unite. We need to challenge statistics. We need to unite, and we need to reach our hands and grab the people who are coming and help each other, because together we can do anything. I truly believe that the human potential is infinite, and we have so much power that we don't utilize. And to me, anything in nature, you don't see a tree going halfway, right? Tree will always grow to its full tallness, if that's a word I just made up. It will dig its roots as deep as possible, and it will go as high as possible, right? Everything in nature does that, other than humans. Humans don't do it because we put this psychological nonsense in our heads of, I'm not good enough, I still need this, I still need that. No. We are good enough. We continue to develop. We continue to do cracking job. And together, if we cheer on each other, we can do anything. I will now stop before I go on any further.
Thank you. Your passion is just contagious, and thank you. It really comes across, and that's a strong and very insightful message. So thank you for that. We're going to move right on now, because we've got Dr. Bindu's just arrived. I know Dr. Bindu's on a really tight. If anybody is on a tight time frame, because I know we're all going to different events, please just, you know, raise your hand and I'll come to you next. But for now, shall we go to Zaara? Are you ready, Zaara? Please go ahead and introduce yourself. Oh, you're on mute, Zaara. Oh,
Can
there
you
you
guys
go.
hear me now? Okay, there we go. Hi everyone, I'm Zaara. I'm just a little tired because I just came back from the Crypto Expo in Dubai, having a big exhibition here at the moment. So yeah, it's really nice to see all of you women together, and it's always nice to celebrate women. I feel women has a lot of potential, but sometimes we are not looked up upon, but it's okay. You know, we are all building. I think we're all here because we all want to build, and somehow we'll get there. You know, men are men. But again, I feel that this field in blockchain has opened up a lot of avenues, and women are growing day by day. I think I've been in this field since 2017 around. I've seen the amount of women that has really grown from that time to now. And not everyone is celebrated, not everyone is on a VIP list or whatever, but you do still see a lot of women around. So I think we are heading in the right direction. Whoever's building is building. You know, that's how business goes. That's how the world goes anyways. The great thing is actually having women who are empowering women and, you know, looking up to each other, like to employ women to work with each other. And like Nina said, you know, it doesn't mean that men and women can't get along. It's just a matter of, do they want to work with women or they get along or not? It's gender is just a word. Yeah, maybe in some countries gender may be looked at differently, but you know, overall, being around the world, I think gender is just it's just an excuse. So women, thank you so much today, and wish you all happy Women's Day. It's a really great privilege to be with all of you today.
Oh, Zaara, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us here at SheFan Pro. Love you to bits. That's a really great insight, and thank you so much. I'm going to skip straight to Vivian because I know Vivian's got to head off out to a physical meeting and she's asked if she can go next. So Vivian, please, if you're there, can you unmute and share with us some insights?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Vivian. I'm a co-founder and chief business officer for Zenith Chain, and it's been an awesome journey. You know, so far, for me in the technology space, I have a very favorite. I'll call it a quote. You know, and I'm sure everybody can reckon with this. You know, when you empower a woman, you're actually empowering an entire community. The reason being that women are actually they actually complement the men. They're the brain box of most things you see happening, most successful companies, businesses, or whatever it is that you can name success. So women have this empathy. We have this strength and resilience, and we basically we think we think things out just by the nature of being a woman. So it's actually a very awesome thing for us to be celebrating each other today, because behind every successful woman is actually there are actually other women who are supporting, right behind, who are right behind her and supporting her. I'll take Zenith Chain, for example. We have a lot of women leaders taking up the business and pushing it the way it's supposed to be. I have most of my colleagues here as well. Not because we just not by coincidence, is because we basically think that women were able to particularly give more thought into things and be able to, plan out things properly that you could see things are going on well. So I believe there is this superpower we have as women. It's innate. And it just comes out of every woman out there. So we're strong because we reprocreate with the help of the men, basically. And you can see, taking in another human, carrying another human for the next 9 months throughout the journey, and at the same time you're faced with work stress, you're faced with a whole lot of other things. So I would say that we're powerful, we're strong, and it's just, for me, if I should come back to the world again, I'd love to also as well be a woman, because it's a privilege. I feel, and it's wonderful to be a woman. And on this day, I celebrate every woman here. I celebrate the men here who are supporting us. It is what we actually are talking about, the equity, and we're speaking to being able to do things not by competing with anyone or any other gender, but just by the fact that we're women, and we shouldn't be discriminated. We can do it. Just don't say because we're women we're not able to do some certain things. Maybe they're all meant for the men. And I'm really glad things are turning out differently now. You saw a lot of women in their technology space, where from the onstart, you see people were truly believing that the tech, when you're if you're able to code, if you're able to do a programming language, and then it's meant for the men, and a lot of women were kind of scared from the beginning to get into this space. But here we are, talking about the metaverse, talking about the Web3 space, talking about blockchain technology, and technology in general, IT in general. And we have a lot of wonderful women here, and even the ones that are not here, and so I'm really, really excited that the space, people are being awoken, and more women are coming into the space, and more of us are actually here to help other women, or and hold other people by the hand and pull them through. So I think at this point, I just want to say Happy International Women's Day to every woman here, and the women who are going to be watching this after now. And congratulations to us. And that's it. Thank you all. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Vivian. Amazing. Thank you so much. You and we need to catch up at some point as well. We'll try and get on a call when we can, Vivian. I know that there are other people waiting. Dr. Bindu, would you like to go next? I know that you're very time limited. Would you like to unmute and go next? I'll get around to everybody as quickly as I can.
Absolutely, Shelle, thank you so much. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Wishing you all a very, very happy International Women's Day. I'll try to keep it short. First place, thank you so much for inviting me to join in this, and it's lovely to meet up with all of you beautiful women. Yes, I definitely would say that this year's International Women's Day theme is resonating so well with most of us coming in from, that is Web3. Digitall is a theme. The gender gap in STEM careers, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is very huge, and there's a need basically to bridge this gender gap. I am particularly passionate about this because of a couple of things. Number one, this is highly empowering, and there is a huge gender gap which we need to bridge. Second of it is that mostly the STEM careers are paid better than many of the other careers that are around. So that actually gives an additional financial empowerment and economic empowerment for women, which is again a very interesting thing. We are talking globally about the gender pay disparity, and having more women in STEM careers and STEM education would actually help us reduce the gender gap in wage. Digitall is also about AI, technology gender gap, because AI is happening and many companies are relying on AI for their critical decisions, whether it is employee based or customer based. And not having enough technologists in the AI space can actually bring in huge gender bias. For example, if the machine is learning that a nurse is a woman, then that's going to be another problem we are going to be fighting in future. So definitely, this is a very critical theme. So absolutely, I think all of us working in the technology space is also kind of pushing this agenda of bringing in more women in the STEM fields and in AI space. I have founded Women Intense NFT. Our second collection, NFT collection, is around STEM. We call it STEM Intense Girls. That's a 7,777 NFTs. The market is definitely very weak. We are still figuring out. People definitely give us a lot of interesting inputs, but we know that the market isn't really great. So sales is definitely slow, but we are definitely committed to this vision, and we are going to working on sponsor women in technology, women in science, and women in STEM research. So that's it predominantly from my end. I always want a room where we talk about gender empowerment, where I would want to see definitely a lot of men, because this conversation has to be done together, because we require support from men, and that's how we can have an interesting ecosystem where we will get the support from them. The journey would be much easier. So the message to them definitely would be that come join in the conversations, extend support to your immediate women team around you, be it your family, be it your friends, be it your colleagues, wife, spouse, girlfriend, friends, colleagues. There's a lot you can do. And yeah, and I mean, that's all from my end this time. And wishing all of you wonderful women a very happy International Women's Day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bindu. It's so lovely to see you, and I can't wait for us to catch up again in the future. It's always a joy to be on a call with you. So thank you so much. And it's true, isn't it? You know, we have to find a way to work together. Otherwise, you know, we're working against, aren't we? And, you know, that's when you get the friction, the tension, the resistance, you know, and it's only when we come together, you know, and that's where the magic is as well, isn't it? And I do believe that. So that's a really great point, actually. And, you know, and it is about saying thank you to the men that support the women, because there are a heck of a lot of wonderful men out there as well. With that being said, I'm going to move on to the next person. Unless if anybody wants to go first, if you're in a rush, please just raise your hand. I don't mind. But I think, can we go to Chinwendu? Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here. My name is Monalisa Agabate. I am the Director of Marketing at Zenith Chain. Yeah, I do have a happy International Women's Day to everyone, first of all. I'm so glad to be among everyone here, and I just have a very few words. I think sometimes we dramatize a lot. We women, right? And I think it would be the right time. Don't get me wrong. I know that there are lots of things pointed in our way, right? But I think more women can begin to choose their fights very well, like just minimize the fight and focus on the things that are important. When you focus on the goal, it would be easier for you to actually hit at your target. I know not everyone would like you once in a while, maybe more often than we are ready to take note of. You'd run into issues by being a woman, by just being a woman, but you just need to keep being yourself. And you get to the point where you can limit most of those disapproval because you've worked on yourself and you've earned your honor. But at the beginning stage, you're going to get a lot of no's. I tell this very often to especially the younger ones. keep your eyes off those as much as possible. Minimize all of this confusion. Take your eyes away from that and keep working on yourself. Get yourself ready first and show up. When you show up, you are going to have minimal controversy because you are offering value. You are bringing value to the table. And if you are not going to be recognized, go ahead and recognize yourself. Come with your own chair to the table. As often as possible, come with your own chair. In case there is no chair, bring your chair to the table. So yeah, I do think that there are opportunities much more than our parents had, our grandmothers had, and the people behind us. They've not had the kind of privilege that we are dealing with now. You can practically make yourself known. You can make your skills known. You can announce yourself. You can do a lot of things. You can move yourself forward. But most of our parents didn't get that chance. They didn't even have, they were not empowered to do it, right? They didn't have those facilities existing. Like we're here today because Zoom has made it possible for us. And there are lots of other technology aid that can help one actually shine the lights on themselves. So I do think that women belong to leadership. They belong to leadership at all levels, not some levels. And they need to keep availing themselves the opportunity to actually be where decisions are going to be made, because most often these decisions, sometimes we not deliberately, because of all the internalization of issues, of the confusion over time, people kind of begin to avoid the scene. And when they begin to avoid the scene and stay at the background, it doesn't take away the fact that decisions will be made and it's going to affect them. Yeah, so I do think that more women should show up for leadership and show up ready, show up prepared. When you show up, just keep away from all the noise and go for what you want. And at some point, you're going to have it. So that's how I'm looking at it. Happy International Women's Day to everyone.
Thank you, Monalisa. My apologies, I pronounced your name wrong there in the introduction, but Monalisa, thank you so much, because you know you're absolutely right, aren't you? You know, it's about the mindset, it's about showing up, and it's about bringing a chair to the table, or even making your own table if you have to, but being there and you know, allowing yourself to be there. You know, so absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much, and thank you for your patience as well. We've got quite a lot of women that we're working around, so I want to make sure that everybody gets a voice heard today, because it's so important. Okay, so thank you, Monalisa, for that. I think Urooj, would you like to go next? You just need to unmute there.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Urooj Fatima, and I'm Doctor of Physical Therapy, and I'm Director of Partnerships at Citizen Warrior Foundation and Jada AI. And I just wanted to say that Women's Day is not about making women strong, because women are already strong. We just need to stick together. We need to push each other. We need to support each other and tell the world that when women are empowered, society as a whole benefit from their ideas, their creativity, from their knowledge. And I always have a feeling that there are people who are afraid of women empowerment, who think that when women are empowered, they will be unstoppable, but we just need to change the way they perceive us. And we need to, I think women are like, they are the backbone of families. They are leaders, when they are leaders in communities, they play significant contributions. So we just need to empower other women so we can take great roles. And happy Women's Day, everyone.
Thank you so much. It's so lovely. I love all of you. What can I say? I just love all of you, every single one of you. I just love, and you know, it's just made my day seeing you all here today. And Urooj, you know, you've raised some very good points there, and I love that. And you're just amazing. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay. Oh, and you love me too. Thank you, Nina. I love you more. Tamara. You've been waiting so patiently, and I've not spoken to you for ages. Please go ahead and unmute and introduce yourself.
I'm going to hold up okay, because it's a bit shoddy. I'm in a hotel, but it's so lovely to sit here and listen to everybody. First, can I ask, can you hear me? Am I breaking up? You can hear me.
Fine.
Okay. Good. Thank you so much. I have lots of stuff swirling in my mind. I come from the north. I come from the Saulteaux First Nation in Canada, and I work with Indigenous people across Canada and internationally. I have For Our Future, which is Indigenous economics. And as I'm hearing everybody speak and saying we need to work together, women in our culture were the matriarchs. And so in many senses, the women were always the leaders because they naturally thought about the entire community and were the web that held the community together. And so there was no project that didn't provide food for the community. There was no project that didn't provide housing and water. And so we look at sort of, I don't like the term currently, it's this whole toxic masculinity thing. It's just gotten out of, it almost feels like we're becoming the oppressors in some sense, albeit, you know, I'm not discounting that there's many issues we still need to deal with as women. But what I do understand is that we're missing the female brain, and the Indigenous economics lens that we work with brings back. I just call it an ecosystem. It's economics based on the growth pattern of nature, because nature always interacts with each other. But women, we naturally think these ways. We think in curves. We think in collaboration. So your words are making me very happy today. We launched 400 Drums, which was the first Indigenous owned NFT project in the world. There's more out there now, but we had looked at the power of blockchain and looking at holding matriarchs' knowledge and ecosystem in the blockchain. So we work on artificial intelligence, language, putting that back to ownership with our people, our art being held in copyright on the blockchain for sales, and smart contracts to ensure our people are actually compensated properly. For International Women's Day, my hope is that these works that we do, so much of what you've said has resonated with me, but my hopes is that young women and other women who are needing our hand up, our hand held out to help, when we help another woman, we help an entire community. That's what I believe. And I want to thank Nina. I really resonated with your story about your life ending in a day. I've had that happen to me twice. And lots and lots of challenges. And I'm sure all these beautiful women have heard. But you inspired me today, Nina. And I just want to really thank you for that. You've all inspired me today, and I hope that I continue to be able to feel your support, feel your friendship, and be able to support you as you continue on down the road. So thank you for this group. Thank you, Shelle, for your amazing work. And it's just my absolute pleasure to meet you and be with you and be inspired by you all today. Thank you, Masicho.
Thank you so much. Tamara, you're just amazing, and I've not spoken to you for quite a while, and my apologies for that, but we will catch up because you're a beautiful human being, and your words always, and just your energy just always touches me on a deep level. So thank you so much. I love all your work, love everything that you're doing, and I wish you every blessing. So thank you so very much. I'm absolutely delighted and honoured that you've actually been able to join us here today. So thank you so very much for that. Really means a lot to me. Okay, which wonderful woman can we go to next? I'm spoiled for choice here. I think we've got, I think there's Joanne and Saumya left. Saumya, would you like to step onto the stage and introduce yourself and share your story?
Hello everyone, I'm Saumya, CMO of SheFan Pro, and thank you all for being present here today. And it's an honor to have all of you here. So first of all, I would like to say a Sanskrit quote that is Trayai Devaha Trayai Pranaha, which means women are goddess. Women are literally the gods and women are life. And that's a reality in a sense because women do give birth to children. And I always advocate this, that if you can give birth to children, you can also create birth to your brainchild, which could be your own company, which could be your thesis paper, your research works, or your all, you can become an expert in your STEM courses. And I would also like to say one simple thing, because we've been saying that women should support each other. Sometimes women don't support each other, or men criticize each other. I'll just say, so suppose, imagine this is a human. I'm not sponsoring Appy. So imagine this is human, and I'm just creating a simple pyramid structure where, not just like this, I'm just creating a simple pyramid structure. And imagine in this, half are men and half are women, because that's how the world is. And if women is criticizing women, or a man is criticizing women, or a woman is criticizing a man, and if we degrade somebody, may not be we're degrading somebody on the top, but even if we're degrading somebody at the bottom, the entire structure will collapse one day. So if you see this, that's what the reality of life. And as Tamara Goddard, she was saying that nature equally, it wants a balance between men and women, and all genders are equal. It embraces it at the same time. It nourishes it at the same time. It punishes it if it makes mistakes. So you see, even if somebody is making a mistake, this entire pyramid is going to collapse. So I say this current theme, that is this year's theme, where it says embrace equity, which means we have to embrace entire humankind, including women. So we should not criticize neither men or women, but we should all work together. So that's the main theme of this equity. And this is also a lesson. It's a lesson for everybody. It's a lesson even for men criticizing women, because you see, if you do criticize, the pyramid is going to collapse. It's also a lesson to women. If somebody says, oh no, women, we are fighting amongst each other, then don't stop. Because if we fight another woman and then not another man, and we support men without knowing, that happens sometimes in the organizations, where without knowing we support our bosses and we criticize our peers, could be women. So even if that happens, the structure is going to break. So anything, or both men and women come together and combine and criticize the other people, the LGBT community, even then the world is going to crumble. So I say it's all coming and working together and having that acceptance. And you see, gone are the days where we used to discuss, women, come out of your houses, don't sweep and don't go don't cook. You're not just sticking, you're not maids in the houses. Today, every woman is able to use the cell phone, is able to attend this conference, which means they do know about technology and they are intelligent. They're quick learners. You see, much more quicker learners, because even when they face adversities in many countries, they still learn very quickly. So because they have the zeal, that they have to come out, they have to do something. I say, yes, you are all gods and goddesses. So you are truly that embodiment of the divine, and you can do really a lot. So, and you see, divine beings, we don't criticize others normally. So we support each other. Gods, if you see, God means somebody, if we imagine God, somebody who's blessing you. So, so that's how it should happen. So we should all come together. We have a lovely Shelle, fantastic. So she always blesses everybody. So similarly, we have so many elderly ladies. When I keep talking to them, I get so many positive energy and vibrations. So I don't say that women are not supporting. In fact, women are supporting each other in a way. Sometimes, maybe 1 or 2, that little percentage may not support. And that's how the pyramid is breaking. And men, yes, many men may not support, or they might support initially, but may not support in the long run, or maybe they might support in the future once they realize. So you see, and I think it's all about this. Let's all come together and embrace your divine self. You see, simply that artificial intelligence. We're talking about artificial intelligence, but you remove that artificial art, and what we have is that intelligence, and that intelligence is inherently there in each and every individual. So, and I say we should use that intelligence and then work with the artificial intelligence or the blockchain, and that's how, you know, we can prove ourselves to be much more intelligent beings. So I think, yes, we should become all around human beings, individuals, embrace technology, use it well, and yep, create miracles, and let's all come together, and we can create more miracles when we come together. So yes, let's embrace equity. So I believe that we should embrace it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Saumya. You're always such a blessing, and I'm really proud to have you on the team here at SheFan Pro, because your energy is just, everything about you is just beautiful, and you are indeed a beautiful soul. So thank you very much, and you have so much skills and expertise to bring. You know, that we'd be lost without you. In fact, we'd be lost without all of you, quite frankly. So, you know, thank you very much. I think the only other woman that we have to hear from is Joanne. I know that Joanne's traveling. I don't know, Joanne, if you want to, or if you can unmute and you want to share something, please do go ahead. But I do know that you're traveling as well, which is why you're off camera. So if you do want to speak up, do feel free to unmute and interrupt me. In the meantime, I'm just going to share my little bit of a story, I guess, in the spirit of equity, and just to share with you very quickly that you know, I'm now 49 years old. I live in the UK. I am a single mom of 4 beautiful children, four beautiful blessings actually, and I come from a health background, so I have over 24 years of mental health background professionally. And you know, 7 years ago I couldn't copy and paste, and you know, to cut a long story short, you know, I was a total tech phobe, and just over 2 years ago I decided that, you know, after, you know, learning about blockchain and technology and all these things and what have you, I decided, you know what, I could do this myself. I could do something here. I wanted to do something in lockdown that brought human beings together globally, but for a different reason, not because some COVID pandemic was trying to destroy us and threaten our liberty, but actually something that was far more powerful than that. The positive energy, the goodwill, the kindness, the coming together, the positive energy, the spirit. And so I created SheFan Pro from a lounge. I've built my own website. We are incorporated, we're a registered trademark. My studies haven't stopped there. And I'm sharing this with you all today to show you that, you know, if I can do it, then absolutely you can do it, you know. And it's so important to you know, get that mindset and just to, you know, the best investment, you know, I've looked at all different investments, and for me the very best investment that you can ever make is in yourself. It's in yourself, and it's in the people around you. And if you invest in good human beings all around you, like we've got here today, I mean, look at this, it's just amazing. And I know there's so many of you that have not been able to join as well that will be watching back on the recording, and I extend my warmest gratitude to all of you, you know, and it's only in that spirit when we all come together and we don't compete, we complement each other, we share skills, capabilities, experience, we lift each other up. We all have down days, we all have up days, and it's about the scales. It's about balancing and looking out for each other. And I think we capture that beautifully here at SheFan Pro and here with everybody that's joined us today. And it's really about, you know, not being afraid to follow, you know, what is in here, you know, the spirit, you know, what you feel is your purpose, and it's about pursuing that and surrounding yourself with people that, you know, believe in you, you know, like you believe in me, I believe in all of you right back. And it's just a beautiful thing, you know, it's just so beautiful. I just want to share that with you all today. We're going to do some more amazing things. I want you all to connect with each other. For those of you that aren't connected, connect with each other. let's support each other and let's do something amazing as we move through this year, because it's exciting times for us. There's so much that we can do. There's so much that we're already doing. We're already strong, wonderful, beautiful women, and there's so much more that we can do, and why not do it together, is all I can say. So suffice to say, I wish everybody, all the women here and all the women watching back on the recording, a wonderful International Women's Day, and embrace equity, and and just love to all of you. Thank you very much. And I don't know if Joanne wants to join us, but well, let's just wait and see. Thank you. So in the meantime, Joanne's not managed to unmute just yet. If she doesn't manage to, I think we have to move on, because I think everybody's had an opportunity to share something now, and I thank you all for that. Now, we're also today, part of celebrating IWD, we're also celebrating the 1-year anniversary of SheFAB, which is a joint enterprise between SheFan Pro and FinTech and Blockchain Association. And it's a happy birthday, happy 1-year birthday to SheFAB, so that's super exciting. So Saumya, would you like to say anything about that?
So yes, thank you, Ms. Shelle, for giving me the chance to speak regarding this. So I'm really very happy to welcome you all to today's program once again, and especially the SheFAB anniversary celebration. So we have a game which we can play, so that it's we can interact with each other in a much better manner, and we can have a lot of fun in a good sense. And we also have a cake cutting event, so where all of us will be blowing the candle together. And yes, I think first we should begin with the what do you say? Should we start with the game, or should we?
I was going to say the cake. I mean, why not? Cakes are always high up on my agenda. And I think it's part of certainly part of my well-being anyway, to have some cake. So shall we go with the cake? And then if anybody has to go, then at least they've managed to witness that. And then if anybody wants to stay behind, then we can enjoy some party games. Why not? I love a party game. I love some cake. This is great. So let's go ahead with the cake, shall we?
So just a moment, I'll be back in a moment. And I would be back in a moment with the cake. And I request you to, I want you to keep the setting in a grid view, so that everybody can see that everybody's actually blowing together. We're blowing the candle together. So
then we will do our best. You go and get the cake. She's baked a cake for today, and I just love her, absolutely love her. And also just shout out to Joanne as well, who's our Chief Operations Officer here at SheFan Pro, and equally be lost without her as well. So thank you, Joanne, for everything that you do. Tamara, you've got your hand up.
Yes, I just put a note in the side there. Yes, thank you. Nina got it, to share social media so that I can share a post. And so I put ours up, and I want to let you know we are giving away an NFT when you nominate a powerful woman. So we'll be choosing when you share on our Twitter today. There's a contest there. So you just want to nominate 2 women that inspire you, and we're going to draw that on Friday for a 400 grams NFT. But yes, please let's share social media.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and feel free to tag us. I mean, you are one of our partners, so feel free to tag us in any relevant posts, and get that word spread. We've got a pretty big community now. I think we've got about 140,000 now across social media. So let's spread the word. Feel free, and that goes to all of you as well. If you've got anything that's relevant, tag me, tag SheFan Pro, tag each other. Let's join forces, and let's really do something amazing. So Saumya's back with the cake, I hope. I love cake. I'm just so sorry that I can't eat any. I just wish you could just Why can't technology get this cake to me now?
We had a metaverse.
That's a brilliant cake. Go on, Saumya.
So, ma'am, you can just count 1, 2, 3, and then when you count 3, we're going to blow it together.
On the count of 3, we're going to blow together, and we're wishing SheFAB a happy 1-year birthday, everybody. Okay. So, everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, thank you. And thank you, Saumya. And you know, please have a piece of that cake for me on my behalf, Saumya, won't you? Because it does look amazing. Thank you so much for that. Oh, this is great. This is so amazing. So yes, just going back to what we were saying, connect with each other, tag each other. You know, it's only through that spirit that we can really grow. We don't have to do everything alone. You know, it's not, and it shouldn't be a battle. You know, it should be about coming together and complementing each other, cross-pollinating, and it's more fun that way anyway, isn't it? Don't you think it's just more fun when you can all support each other and come together? It's much more fun. So has anybody got anything that they want to share before I think Saumya's going to take us into the game playing part? No? Okay, Saumya, we perhaps won't have too long for the game. We might have to, because we've gone on for an hour already, and I know we've got another call in half an hour, but we can certainly do a little bit of that game because it's such a good game, and I'm really excited. I love a game. So would you like to, so there's basically a tub with some little paper chitties with a word on. And what we do is Saumya will select a chitty, and you have to just make a sentence or something like that using that word, or give some statement using that word. So we're just, can I pick the first chitty, and then we'll do it as an example. I'll be a guinea pig.
Oh, got to. Let me pick one.
Okay.
Curly hair at work.
Curly hair at work is amazing. I am naturally curly. I straighten it sometimes, but curly hair at work rocks. And I tell you what, when it's stormy and rainy, you can go out there, you can come back in looking even better than when you went out, because curly hair loves a bit of rain and a bit of wind, and you can come back in salon ready. It's so convenient for work. And if you're in a rush in the morning, if you're not very good in the morning like me, you know, it takes half the time to get ready. You just wash and go. Brilliant. There you go. That's my bit. So now we get the gist. Okay, so Tamara, would you like to go next? Would you pick out on behalf for Tamara?
What do you, I missed what we were picking out.
So Saumya's going to pick out a chitty. We don't know what's written on it. There'll be one word, and if you can just talk about that one word like I have just done about the curly hair.
Yes, that's what okay, got it.
Go for it.
Comedy.
Comedy.
So I just make a comment on comedy?
Yeah, if you find something funny, or if you had a funny experience or a funny joke, anything like that, anything to do with comedy.
Okay, comedy. Laughter to heal the heart. In the moments where there's tension, when we can acknowledge and bring up that self-awareness, and when we're able to laugh and heal, it's magical.
Oh, I love that. Brilliant. Brilliant. And Nina's got a love heart up there, so she really loves that. Nina, would you like to be the next person to have a word? Go along, Saumya.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Exciting, isn't it?
it's different.
Makeup.
Makeup.
Makeup. Well, makeup as you can tell, I love a little bit of makeup, sometimes a little bit more than a little bit. And I think it is amazing because it gives us options to create different characters. So sometimes I like to have a little makeup, sometimes I put more on, sometimes I don't wear at all. But I feel like it's not something that you must have, but it's something that allows you to play, allows you to be creative, allows you to create different characters. It can make you feel in different ways, and basically it is like a palette for an artist. You can create whatever you want, and you can either put it on or not put it on or whatever, but I just love how creative you can be with it.
Oh, love that. And I too love makeup personally. I've always been a lover of makeup, but you know, some of the most beautiful women out there don't have any makeup on, and for that I'm rather jealous, because if I didn't have any makeup on, honestly I don't look that good. The postman, the delivery man, is the only person that gets to see me like that in the morning, and I'm sure I terrify him every single time. But you know, that's why I wear it. But yeah, I do love makeup. Oh, fab. We've got nobody else to go around, have we? Because I think Joanne's still traveling, so I'm not sure. If you can unmute at any point, Joanne, don't worry, you can interrupt us. But other than that, Saumya, do you want to pick? Does it work that way, that you can pick one out for yourself? Go for it. Go on. Just don't look.
Metaverse.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting one. Go for it.
So yes, Metaverse is going to be the future. And maybe if we are doing this through Metaverse, then we would be actually shaking hands with each other, and we would be cutting that cake, you know, and we would be virtually feeling that we are cutting the cake and blowing the candles. So yes, hoping that next year we can have this over Metaverse.
Perfect. Love it. This is a great game. We'll have to play this another time. We'll have to feature this another time, Saumya, because I've actually really enjoyed it. It's a bit something different as well, isn't it? So, has anybody got anything that they'd like to share before we go? If you have, please just unmute and share away before we start closing down.
Just wanted to say a massive thank you. Like, obviously I'm quite new to the team, but it's been absolutely incredible and very heartwarming to be here and seeing so much power and so many incredible and super inspiring women. I feel very, very grateful for being part of this, and I hope that we can take the atmosphere of happy of International Women's Day and have happy International Women every day, because we can definitely do it, and there's no need to celebrate once a year, because we can celebrate every day.
Yeah, love it, absolutely love it, and you're spot on there. And you know, that's the spirit of SheFan Pro. It's every single day it needs to be celebrated and acknowledged every single day, and it doesn't always have to be acknowledged in a big, a big gesture. It can be the small things that we do, for ourselves as well as others. You know, there's many ways that we can be creative and celebrate that spirit of Women's Day every day. Like you quite rightly said there, and I love that. And you know, suffice to say, everybody, that I thank you all for being here. Please connect with each other. Feel free to tag myself or SheFan Pro or both. Follow us, you know, on the page. Everybody, please join our page, and let's create that community and really create something amazing. We've got some amazing things on the roadmap this year for SheFan Pro, some in-person events. We've got the prestigious pink tie events. We've got quite a lot of exciting things that we're doing and we're building out. We've got the recruitment page. We've got the SheFan Index. We've got Empowered Women in Blockchains. We've got quite a lot going on. We've got EWC as well going on as well. We'll find out more about that on the next call. So lots of exciting things. So please join us in that journey. We're a family, you know, we're a little bit different. We're, you know, to what's out there. We're a family, and we look after each other. And, you know, we're a little bit different, aren't we, I suppose? You know, where else can you get party games like that and a birthday cake ceremony? Find it if you can. So thank you all for being here. I love you all to bits. And thank you, Saumya, as well for baking that cake. I only wish that I could have a piece. And we'll see you all next time at SheFan Pro. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you soon.
You're welcome. Bye, everybody. Bye.